Alex, you want canned cranberry sauce, or should we make it ourselves?
That's my mom. She didn't know about Instacart's family carts, so...
Want to make pecan pie this year, yes or no? Oh, and how many boxes of stuffing?
So I told her we could just share a family cart and add all our holiday favorites to the same order without losing our voices or our sanity. It's so much fun.
Alex, can you get my holiday village out of the attic?
Baby steps, Alex. Baby steps. Shop Instacart this holiday season and enjoy free delivery on your first 3 orders. Service fees and terms apply.
Alex?
What's up, Cuzzy Wuzzies? It's me, Yannis Pappas, Obi-Wan Kenobi, and I'm here with Chris Distefano, and you're listening to the Bay Ridge Boys History Hyenas.
Welcome to the second episode of History Hyenas with Chris Distefano and Yannis Pappas.
That's right.
Somebody just rang the bell, probably Jim Serpico late.
Or our pizza's here.
Yeah, and if you guys, Google us, we got our faces up in the logo now. I look like a Viking conqueror, which we'll talk about later, and Yannis looks like he should be handing out buttons for a hotshot Democratic candidate. He looks like he wants to intern for a hotshot Democrat badge.
You want to be a Viking so bad. That's why when we picked the first topic, you were just like Vikings. You want to change this podcast from the History Hyenas to Vikings.
To Vikings, and I want to kind of get like inspired again and start cutting cucks' throats.
Yeah, you would have been easy to manipulate.
Yeah, right.
You wouldn't have been a leader though.
No,
you wouldn't have been the Viking leader.
No, I couldn't have been.
No,
but I probably would have been his right hand man because my head you can't cut through this thing with an axe.
No, you can't. It looks like you're wearing a helmet.
Yeah,
your head looks like a helmet.
I look like a boulder with eye sockets.
You do, but I don't think you would have been his right hand man either.
Why do you think? What's your opinion?
Because
on that?
you got too many like weakness things that you can be manipulated with.
Right.
You know, if I'm like holding a black and white cookie, I can get the secrets. I get locations of all the longhouses, of all the longboats, and fucking use espionage to find out where those Viking positions are, and take you down and say, how did you find it? Say, I gave Chrissy Sfortston, because that would be your name back there, right? Chrissy Sfortston. I was like, I gave him a black and white cookie. Guy's got a mean sweet tooth like a black, and that was it. And he gave us all the positions for a fucking black and white cookie.
Yeah, I know, but what? And you know what the sweets were back then? Dried fruit and honey.
Yeah.
So, but I don't eat honey.
How come you don't eat honey?
And I don't eat fruit. I only started eating fruit when you told me to start smoothing up.
You do smoothies bad now.
Now I like smoothies. So if they had smoothies back then, if I could smooth that up, I'd be.
Why don't you?
If they had peanut butter,
if
they had peanut butter back then, I would do a smoothie. But I can't. Ever since you told me to lose refined sugar and go natural sugar, I always want smoothies.
Why do you put it on me? I didn't tell you. The doctor told you.
Bro.
I'm just a friend supporting you. I don't want to see you lose a foot. That would be weird if you were that handsome with one foot.
Oh, shit.
I told you, the universe is balanced.
Yeah.
Like, you're a handsome kid. You're a smart kid. You're a funny kid. Look what happened. You can't even have shug.
I can't.
The universe is balanced. But you got a nice piece, though, right? You don't got a small piece.
No, my piece is nice, but I think I got herpes. But that.
But you always think you got herpes.
Yeah, I always think I got herpes. But
I think Justin Timberlake has a small piece.
He's got to have a small
because
dick.
he has too many other things that are good. That the universe is always balanced. He's got a small piece.
Well, that's why when I watch, like when you and I were watching Planet Earth the other day, all the advantages.
Cuddling.
Cuddling. Yeah. You when you were snoozed like a little snoozy with a cutie with a snoozy. That's who you are. You snoozed out watching Planet Earth. When we watch that, and when I think about certain things like animals, having unfair advantages or fair advantages. And then, like, hot women, like the hottest puss is always the craziest puss. Like Latina women, they're the hottest, but they're the craziest. It's like these things, like those things to me, between Planet Earth and hot puss, make me believe that we are in fact a simulation. Yeah. Also, sweets, being like, you can eat all the black and white cookies you want, but you're going to lose a couple of feet. That to me says that this is a game. Because if it was fair and it wasn't a game and it truly was some godlike power, they wouldn't do that. They would make the sweet things good for us, and that's what it would be. And the hot puss would be, but because this is a game of simulation, I almost am, it's kind of like almost a guarantee now in my mind that when we die is when the fun begins.
You think so?
I think we're in the game right now.
Yeah.
I think we're in the game, and we're playing the game. So we're locked and loaded. We're soldiers at war right now, or we're basketball players on the court. But when you die, you're out of the game, and then you see your results. So we've chosen to do this, is what I'm saying. We are higher power. We're alien species. Yeah. You know?
welcome to the Alex Jones show.
Yeah. No, you're from some fucking liberal cuck alien fucking society, and I'm from the alt-right. No. Yeah. But doesn't that make sense in a way?
It could be. I mean, it could be like all the prehistoric references to God could have been like references. They had no concept of aliens yet because they couldn't get out there to outer space.
Right.
So maybe God, they were referencing God. Maybe God is like what Elon Musk and Chris Distefano's figuring out right now.
That's it.
Is that we're probably a simulation.
I'm figuring it all out.
Maybe that's what they were referencing.
This past weekend, I shot my 1 hour comedy special for Comedy Central, and which, you know, hopefully it airs. I mean, they bought it. They said it's going to air in the fall, but you don't know. Straight white guys could be banned from television by then.
It could happen.
You just don't know.
It could happen.
But Yannis was kind enough to work on the show with me, and I was fucking pretty nervous.
Yeah.
And I was having like a bad diarrhea. I had at least three shit streams coming down. But I was on the bowl the third time before that first show, and I was like, yo, this doesn't matter. Like, we're our planet itself is a speck of dust in the fucking stratosphere of shit, so none of this matters. And then I had a bad set. And then
it wasn't bad.
It wasn't great though. But then in between, when you talked to me and you were like, yo, you got to slow down. This is your moment. I kind of felt like a human being again. And I was like, wait a second, maybe it all doesn't matter. But for me and my dumb fucking body, my vessel, it kind of mattered. And then I felt like Chrissy D, and I had a decent set.
It's a decent vessel to be moving around in.
Yeah, but it's a decent vessel, but it's a vessel that's kind of like a little bit confusing. You know, it's a misguided vessel because you think that I'm going to look like. You think I'm going to look like fucking jacked out, you know, jock. But I don't. I look like
your
somebody.
Head does.
Nah, my head does. But when I take my shirt off, I look like somebody's little sister.
It's actually really. It's actually really shocking.
Yeah.
I think that's universe balance stuff. I think that may be the simulators. Yeah, I believe it could be a simulation because you're right. I think they love the human ego. I think it's hilarious to them. We could just be entertainment for them because we try to think we're huge, like people's egos, like I'm going to be a king, a conqueror. And they're looking at it like, yeah, dude, I like the way Carl Sagan explained it. He said, we're a speck of dust suspended in a sunbeam. You know,
right?
That's the and so the simulator's looking like, look how small this guy is, and he thinks he's king of the world because he's controlling these other. They're not even ants; they're like grains of sand. That's how small we are. So I think it's hilarious to them, simulators. I think we could be a simulation.
I think it just seems the most likely thing. I mean, just 200 years ago, you know, people were convinced that the Earth was flat.
Yeah.
You know, and obviously we know it's round now.
You used to think that there was a virgin birth, and then a kid came out.
Yeah.
A Jewish kid, and and then you go to heaven, which is somewhere on a cloud above Arizona, right? You tattooed it on your arm.
I tattooed it on my
arm. You're a good Catholic kid.
Just until a couple of months ago, I believe every time I masturbated, the angels would cry. I thought that. I mean, because that's what my mother told me. She said, if you ever masturbate, the angels cry.
Almost makes it better, though, doesn't it?
Yeah. Yeah, because there would be times where I would be a little like angry at people, and I would jerk off, but I'm gonna make you bitches cry right now.
Like I think the first girl that gave me a hand job was she went to St. Saviour's.
Oh yeah,
which is where I played basketball when I was little, but that was a Catholic school in my neighborhood.
Right.
And it's almost worth it. Like it's almost worth for girls to be indoctrinated with Catholicism,
right?
For how freaky it makes them. Oh. It makes it so forbidden.
Yeah.
And the forbidden fruit is always the best.
The best.
Yeah. I mean, if you grew up if you grew up in like Sweden, where the
Vikings,
the descendants, of Vikings, now live.
Yeah.
You know, which we'll get into in a second, and it's all liberal and open in that, and everyone's just bi, like all millennials now.
Yeah.
Then what's hot? There's nothing hot. The hottest thing is the forbidden thing.
That's what it is.
You know?
Yeah, and you know that's why for me, like the hottest.
That's maybe why you love the puss so much because you came up Catholic.
Well, and probably because I'm.
By the way, I never referred to it puss once. I love puss. I think it's funny.
Puss is great.
Puss
probably
funny.
Probably because deep down inside me, I know I'm a true gay, and I don't want puss. So I go for it. I think I just go for it anyway because I think I'm a TBG, true blue gay.
True blue gay?
Yeah, I'm a fucking gay for real, GFR.
I think I'm a true gay. I'm left-handed. No,
you're left. Well, you're left-handed.
When you saw I was left-handed, you said I was a true gay.
True gay, and then you told me ambidextrous. I said maybe he's not gay. He's definitely bisexual.
He's
though.
bi. No,
you can't be ampy and not bi.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, you are.
My interior design skills at the crib
are
a little gay. I got a gay brother. There's got to be a gene in there.
You're definitely, because here's the thing. I don't think you personally, first of all, for people listening to this podcast, who know Yannis Pappas, I believe that his character, Mauricio Rodriguez, is the actual person who exists, and Yannis Pappas is one of Mauricio's
did you say
characters.
that I think you said it on the first step.
Did I say that? Okay,
Yeah.
so if just
you got a wild life, so it's going to happen a lot.
Just to clarify.
Chrissy D goes.
Yeah.
You got like 100 things going on at once.
Always.
You are a hyena. I think the reason I started talking about hyenas so much, and we started talking about them, is because I was looking at you and I was like trying to because I like to figure out, when I see a person, I try to figure out what animal this person is.
Yeah.
Like, look, you can't even sit still right now.
No.
You got anxiety all the place. You want to pillage.
Yeah.
You want puss. You want sweets. You don't know what's going on,
I don't know
cuz.
what-
You're a fucking hyena. Bad. 3 times.
I was sitting up here before the podcast even started, having a water, drinking a nice healthy juice, and then you called me and said, "Yo, I'm eating pizza," and I went down and I inhaled that fucking pizza.
You did.
'Cause I'm ready to go at all times.
All times.
Chrissy, go, and that's why you said the girls like me, because they said I'm just ready to go.
Ready to go. That's
Yeah.
what it is. The women, first of all, the women love you because you're good. I mean, let's not beat around the bush. You're a good looking kid.
Yeah, the people. Yeah,
I mean, everybody knows you're a good looking kid. Shout out Bay Ridge Boys if you saw that episode. I mean, he's a good looking kid. I mean, that's based on reality.
Yeah.
But yeah, you're green light go.
Right.
Right? Like, I'm a cute kid.
Well,
I'm not a hot kid, but I'm cute.
You're a cute kid, and you're more marriage material. Remember the guy who came to the special, Joey Canasta?
Yeah. Who's a true gay.
Who's a true like he's so gay. He is so gay.
He changes the temperature in the room.
He changed. He makes other gay guys look straight.
He
That's
does.
how fucking gay he is.
Yeah, he's like way up there.
Like beyond gay. And he told me straight up. He told me that he wanted to hold me down and fuck me in the ass. But that he told me he wants to go on picnics with Yannis. He told me he wants to marry Yannis and share life with Yannis.
Yeah.
But he said he has rape fantasies about me. He told me that he wants to come to my house, cook and clean for me, and then make me force him to give me a blowjob. That's what his fantasy is. Because that's the kind of look I have. But
Yeah.
he told me he told straight up, he told me at the special, he said, I want to have a picnic with Yannis.
Yeah.
He said, I want to just be a part of his life. He wants to marry you.
He saw Brittany's ring. My fiance. He got jealous of it.
He got jealous of it, yeah.
He wants to marry me.
He wants to marry. Yeah, he was like, I wore my shoes, the shoes that I wore. I thought Yannis would like him, and he didn't even notice.
I did notice just when you pointed it out. They look like they look. Talk about history. Those things look like they came from the Victorian era. They were pointy.
That's what. Yeah, I saw them. Yeah, it looked like
a straight guy couldn't pull those off. It's either gay guy or what's his name, Lenny Kravitz.
Yeah,
that's the only people who could pull that off.
Joey is an NDG and no doubt gay.
He's no doubt gay.
He's a no doubt, like he's a home run, no doubt. Like it's just Aaron Judge home run gay.
Yeah, he came out and it took him a second to realize he was a boy. Like he was like, oh Jesus.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
I guess this didn't turn out right.
Yeah.
I mean, he's more feminine than my girlfriend. I mean, he's feminine.
Oh, absolutely.
But it's fucking great, dude. He loves our stuff.
Yeah.
He's like an old school gay. Like he doesn't have a thin skin. He's like a New York gay.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like you could make a joke with a guy like that, and it's like he doesn't have a thin skin about it.
He's the best, and you know what? And we don't have a thin skin about it. Like the things that he says to us, like some of these new people would be like,
he told you he wants to hold you down and rape your ass.
And I laughed at him.
Yeah, you could have me too'd him.
Yo, bro, one more beer, I might have let him.
Yeah.
Who knows? I would get him fucking loose.
Yeah, you're true gay.
Yeah, nah, I wouldn't let him do that. But I mean, you never know.
You never know.
No, but I think you know what it is with history too, because how hundreds of years ago it was we talk about this all the time in Roman and Greek society. It was okay to be gay. It was orgies all everywhere,
part of life.
But then a lot of times, I'm gonna say this, and I mean no disrespect to my ancestors, no disrespect to my mother who's listening, my nonna, no disrespect to anybody. But a lot of problems we have right now is because the Catholic Church made a lot of crazy fucking demands and made a lot of things like faux pas, and now it's just accepted into society, and it's the Catholic Church were kind of the ones that were like, you can't be gay.
Yeah.
And it's like before that it was okay. It was like if you had a hole, we could have sex with it.
Yeah.
But now the Catholic Church is like, you can't do this, you can't do that.
Yeah.
So it's like if we're all coming from the same molecules and we're all the same DNA, like it's just a societal problem that I want to have sex with a horse. I don't want to have sex with a horse because society's pounded into my head not to have sex with a horse. But before the Catholic Church, you could probably have sex with a horse. It wouldn't be a problem.
Yeah, I mean,
you know what I mean?
It's probably not a problem now because wherever you're having sex with a horse is not where other people are.
Yeah.
That doesn't happen in Brooklyn. That
No, you can't do that.
Deep in the forest.
Yeah.
Where the only people who know about it is you, the birds, and whatever trees are around.
Bro, and even horse...
not how we grew up.
No, how we grew up... No.
Concrete jungle.
Concrete New York City, baby.
Yeah.
And that's why... Listen, I know today we're going to say we're talking about Vikings, and I think it's was my destiny because you always think
I just like hearing the word destiny from that trash accent.
Yeah.
It was my destiny.
It was my destiny. Right.
I mean, somebody turn on this podcast right now. When we say this is a history podcast, that's just funny right there.
Yeah.
It's like, listen to these two fucking garbage men flip to a textbook and be like, all right, 1845.
Yeah.
We had some guys and they was wearing wigs.
How great were my friends at the special, right?
Oh,
those fucking kids.
Yeah.
Dude, my friend,
they looked like they were part of the crew.
Yeah.
They looked like they were part of they broke down the cameras early and got to the bar.
Bro.
They look like a local something.
Bro, Patty Fly Balls got hammered at the after party, got into a cab with 2 random girls.
Yeah.
Took a cab back to their apartment, popped 2 Viagras to get rock because he can't get a hard dick with it, unless he has Viagra.
He drinks 200 beers a week. He told me it was. Your friends are so fucking funny. So I'm talking to Pat, right?
He said,
and he goes, I don't drink. I don't drink. I drink Thursday through Sunday. I drink Thursday through Sunday. I was like, it's not that bad, Yeah. He's like, I'm 200 beers a week. But it's only Thursday through Sunday. I'm like, I don't think it matters if it's 3 days or 5 days. 200. He says he has between 100 and 200. So he said he'll have 20 to 30 beers from Thursday to Sunday. So each day he has 20 to 30 beers.
You know what?
And when I was like, wow, he looked at me like I was crazy.
Yeah.
He was like, what do you mean? Yeah. He's like, when you start drinking, it's like, he's like, I get another beer when I'm on my last sip of my last beer is when I start my new beer. He's like, there's no time when I'm not holding a beer if I'm out drinking.
Well, you know what? The thing is with Pat, though, he's a true patriot because we were talking last night about Ancestry.com and I was telling him all about all my ancestries and shit and we were going around the room and he was like, I don't believe in that shit. He's like, you know what? I am a fucking American. That's what he told me.
He said my lineage starts red, white, and blue.
His name's Patrick Finnegan. He said, I'm not even Irish. I'm American. He said, when I go to these other countries, when they say, what do you are? He said, you're going to tell me you're Italian, Irish, German? No, what do you say? You say, I'm a fucking American.
He's got a point.
Yeah.
I mean, he does have a point. All of us sitting there being like, I'm 25% Romanian, 50% this. It's like, none of that has anything to do with who you are because you grew up. Those people were Romanian because they lived in Romania. And they dealt with that culture.
Exactly.
We're 100% American, red, white, and blue.
Red, white, and blue. And that's why, and that's the thing with my friend Pat and a couple of my other friends. Like, he'll say something like that, and it's like, that makes sense, but then he'll take a sip of a beer, take a beat, and then be like, but let me tell you about DACA. And then he'll start ripping DACA and telling you need to put up a wall.
Yeah.
And then it's like, okay, now you go too far.
Yeah.
But these are these guys that you take little pieces of them. As you say, and look, I have some of that stuff inside me.
Yeah.
But I don't know why I'm different than my boys. Because you grew up in a very, you have, lawyer parents. You grew up around people really kind of creative thinkers. I didn't grow up around that. So the way that I divulge, the only way that I would grow up around the people that I grew up around to come out the way I came is that I'm either a little bit gay or I had a stroke or something when I was a kid and a different part of my brain lights up.
No, yeah. I mean, you just, you got interests.
Yeah, but
you got a strong brain. You want to feed it.
Yeah, but there had to be somebody that put that idea inside me.
Simulators, maybe, no?
Simulators, yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, they get a kick out of you. I mean, I don't know. Sometimes I think I see things through the way the simulators see them.
Yeah.
And when we were shooting you. By the way, the reason we were both feeling a little sick on your special night is because we had Serpico and Saletti, these slave drivers, had us out there in the cold for 6 hours shooting the next episode of Bay Ridge Boys, which is going to come out soon. I don't know when this is coming out.
Yeah.
But we were out there in the cold.
Yeah.
Shooting hoops.
Yeah. Comedy Central was mad at me. They're like, why would you do that all day? And I'm like, because I'm a fucking Bay Ridge boy for life.
That's right.
That's what I said. And I said, you got to buy our show. And so we'll have a meeting this week. Maybe
Yeah.
we'll give you a
He said,
series.
they're like, well, maybe we can buy it if we, is there any way we can if we can get Hari Kondabolu to play Chris?
and Joel Kim Booster to play Yannis.
And Carmen Esposito to play Yannis.
Yeah.
And then we'll do it.
You could pull that, yeah.
I could pull that off.
No, well, you can.
Should I just become Maurisa? Should I just become her?
I think you should just...
And move around like that? And do stand-up as her all the time?
You just accept that you are her.
Well...
And become Giannis less.
It would be better for my career, probably.
Because I'm telling you, if you shaved and took off your glasses, you look just like Katie Lang. You ever know that lesbian singer Katie Lang? You look like a fucking like you could be like you're like a lesbian florist.
Yeah, I don't have like I don't have a masculine face.
No, but you're a good looking guy.
I'm a cute kid.
And you dress nice.
I
you
do
really
dress
put
nice.
together nice.
Look, if you're an adult and you don't know how to put you got to figure that out. That's a point where like, especially if you're from New York, like even your boys.
Right.
Everyone dresses good. I mean, they dress casual, but they got Jordans on.
It's nice.
It's just really like you see some of my friends. I see them walking around, like you said, they walking around with like Filene's Basement Nikes.
Yeah. Can't do it.
You can't, it's just there's something that just I can't even feel comfortable. I'm like, what are you doing?
Right.
What are you doing? Button your shirt.
Right.
Put on a nice pair of shoes.
Yeah. You pay special attention to a lot of things that others don't. Like you get your eyebrows
like
done.
gays do.
Yeah, like gays do.
Yeah.
The thing that you do that's crazy to me is the snooze. You love to snooze. That's the only thing I'm like, that's nuts because that's going to fuck your teeth up, right?
I'm a snoozy. I got. What am I?
You're a cutie with a snooze.
I'm a cutie with a snooze. Yeah. Well, snooze. This will be a good segue.
Yeah, because it'll get into what we need. What we really
Absolutely. Like we told you last episode, our first historical topic is the Vikings. So check this out. I snooze every day, all day.
Mm-hmm.
What is snooze? Snooze is basically cuck dip, right?
That's what it is.
It's chewing tobacco, but it's the Swedish version.
Right.
So basically, you don't have to spit. They did something to it. I don't know what it is. Supposedly, it's not to be so bad for you. It's not as bad for you as the regular dip or smoking. So that's what I do.
But
I have one in my mouth right now.
Cancer.
Well, they say it doesn't. They say there's no evidence, but the studies that were done were paid for by Swedish Match, which is the company that owns General, which is the company that makes the snooze. Yeah, I'll probably have a hole in my face.
Most
but
likely.
I enjoy it.
Right.
We're all going down, right?
Might as well go down doing what you like.
I mean, yeah, I gotta quit though. Like you quit the sweets, I gotta quit the snooze.
Yeah.
But I'm telling you, dude, those Norsemen is what basically, even Normandy, they got to France. Normandy, it comes from the word Norse. So
Really?
Yeah, because they conquered over there too.
Yeah.
The Vikings went all over, and they were a wild tribe of people, kind of barbaric in most ways. They were making iron though.
Right.
They were the only people at that time who were making swords out of fucking iron.
And they were a lot more civilized than people realize.
They were barbaric though. I mean, they were brutal. They killed monks and everything like that.
I know, yeah.
They were a wild tribe of people.
Yeah, and that was...
But I was just saying, they started like that, and now, I mean, Scandinavia, probably highest standard of living, I think definitely.
Yeah.
I don't know how they measured that, but I've been to all those countries many times. It's like paradise.
Right.
As far as how clean it is, how beautiful the people are, the food is unbelievable.
Right. But the thing is, I know that they were barbaric. I understand that. I mean, the word berserk is because of that was their thing. They would just go nuts and then fucking storm into a battle and kill everybody. So that their tactics were crazy. But like they had a civilized society. They had one of the best diet. Their diets were unbelievable. They ate meat every day. They ate fish. They ate loads of vegetables. A slave Viking ate better than some of royalties in other countries. Did you know that?
Yeah. Yeah. Well, here's the thing about up there, which is what makes, I think because you got to think about what made them, because they were tall, had to be their diet. They were eating a lot of protein.
They were like 6 centimeters bigger than their other people.
Yeah, just these huge I
don't know if centimeters is right. I tried to sound smart. I don't know what the difference is between a centimeter and a fucking inch.
I don't know. I don't know what the metric system is either.
Yeah, I don't
They
know.
were tall dudes.
I'm American. I go Fahrenheit and fucking inches.
Yeah.
That's what I do.
They all look like Brian Scalabrine from the Celtics.
Yeah, a lot of them had red
Redhead,
hair. We always
yeah.
think of the Viking with blonde hair. A lot of them had red hair and they would
Red.
pat it up, cuz.
They had tats.
They tatted out.
They tat because they got as far as India and they traded in India.
The Muzzy who went around the whole world. What's his name?
I can't remember his name.
You know what I'm talking about, right?
Yeah,
He was
probably Muhammad something.
He was a Muzzy. He was a Muzzy who went around the ancient world like writing down, like his whole life's quest was just take notes on people, and he was muzzed out bad.
It was
Yeah, but he took notes. I think his name was Ibrahim something.
Muhammad probably.
Yeah, Muhammad.
Or Abraham.
Yeah,
A lot of them are Muhammad.
His name was Mo Amer. You could see him at the Comedy Cellar tonight. And he was the one. He was the first one to kind of depict, and kind of change what we thought about Vikings with have blonde hair, no teeth, fucking bull horns. He said no, they had red hair, they had tattoos, they had very civilized markets. They were buying goods and they set up trading routes all over Europe and parts of British Isles. So it's like, yes, they would come in and conquer you, but then if your Greek ancestors could go trade with them.
Yeah,
they could. Did they ever take over Greece?
No, they didn't. It didn't seem like they went down there.
It's interesting that they, when you talk to Yannis, nobody's ever taken over Greece. That's what the interesting part about it is.
We've been taking over a lot.
Yeah,
but we never got converted to nothing. Which is unique, which is actually unique in history. Not to get sidetracked, but it is an interesting thing that the Ottoman Empire basically enslaved and conquered that region, and there's zero traces of Islam in Greece, in mainland Greece on the islands. It's gone. No, there's no Greek Muslims. There's zero. But if you go to other parts, Albania, all those other Slavic places, a lot of them are Muslim. A lot of them are muzzed out. Yeah. You go to Spain, there's pockets of it everywhere. Greeks, everything that came, once it got rid of it, the Romans, the Ottomans, because the Romans conquered Greece, the Ottomans, the big conquerings, Romans, Ottomans, and then the Germans for 4 years. Once we got rid of it, we got rid of it. That was it.
My people came in there nice, the Germans.
Yeah, but you're not German at all.
No,
but you know what? Now that I've been researching this for the show, I mean, all the same. Like, there's really no difference between the Saxons, the Angles. It's all the same people. Like, the Vikings were called Vikings because they were like they were tribal people who were either Angles or Saxons or Picts or whatever the fuck they were, because all those blonde-haired barbarians up there. Because you guys were savages. Yeah. Savages back then. But they were just a group. Viking was a verb. It wasn't even a noun back then. Right. It was like, fucking, you want to go Viking? You want to go fucking sail? Free sail?
That's what it meant.
And pillage and get some booty?
And even like that blonde hair and horns that you see, like the Minnesota Vikings logo, like you see in cartoons and history books, that was only in the 18th centuries when an artist depicted it that way. He had no fucking idea.
Yeah.
They potentially looked and acted different. They were very big. They were
tatted up like bikers.
Yo, they were tatted the fuck out.
I found that interesting that they got tatted
up. And they
would
eat any kind of meat. Yo, they would bring bears back, and the bear would feed them for an entire winter.
Yeah.
So like a lot of the meats and a lot of the things that we think about today in society, like we drink cow's milk, we drink goat's milk, we'll eat a pig, but we won't eat a cat, we won't eat a dog, we won't eat a horse. All that stuff.
Cultural.
Yeah. Because Vikings used to eat horses all the time.
Yeah.
They used to eat any animal, dogs, cats, anything that has meat. There's no difference.
I don't know if the dog is proven. I don't know. They had pet dogs, and they used dogs. They used dogs for jobs. They had domesticated dogs, and I think they valued dogs because in a few of the burial grounds, a few of the ruins where they found burial grounds where they would bury the warriors together in the longship. Yeah. They would also be like dogs. They would bury them with the dog. A lot of it was animal sacrifice, but I think from the writings and what they've been able to discern, they had pet dogs. I even heard that they had pet bears.
You're obsessed with dogs to the point where it's a little creepy, it's a little freaky.
It's not freaky.
No,
dude.
yeah, like I feel like there's times where you just start snapping off. You just start cranking into 101 Dalmatians.
I love dogs.
You like dogs bad.
Yeah.
I mean, you told me that if it wasn't for dogs, we wouldn't be a human fucking society.
It's true. They enabled us to develop our frontal lobe, cuz.
I mean, that's a wild thing to claim.
Well, check it out.
I know you got. Tell me.
This will be a whole nother episode. We'll just footnote it right here. But this is how great this podcast is gonna be, because we're gonna go on everything. I mean, we're wild people. I'm sorry about that story.
What happened?
No, I got so wild. Yeah, I got out of camera. I got out of camera.
Because Zach is live feeding this ISIS recruitment center. He wants to cut your head.
What's your ethnic background?
My mom, Mexican and Puerto Rican, and I actually just learned, she never knew her dad, so I just learned he was Italian.
Really?
And like the ISIS part of me that you're seeing is my dad was 100% Palestinian.
Yeah, wow. I could tell. You see? I could tell.
You got a lot in there. That's good. That's good, though. The more the mix, the better.
The more, you couldn't cut my head off, though. I got a Viking head. It would take you a few tries. I'd ruin your video.
It would be rough.
I'll get Muhammad to do it.
You need a chainsaw to get that head off. You could get my head off with a butter knife.
Yeah, this fucking kid. Yeah, I'd kick it off.
You're a real Queens trash mutt, though, like Chris.
Yeah. He's from
Italian. Yeah, he's got a lot of just
wearing a Yankees hat.
Yeah, we're trash.
Disgusting.
Yeah, we make wasps nauseous.
Yeah, disgusting.
Yeah, so what was I saying?
You were talking about how dogs...
Oh, the dogs. So,
how dogs are fucking,
No, you that's how I think you might be a psychopath.
Why?
Because you hate dogs.
I don't hate
dogs. You hate dogs. You have nothing for dogs.
I don't hate dogs. I do like dogs. Do I want a dog? No. Do I want a dog around my daughter? No. I know.
Sometimes I just hear the accent. It's just funny. Do I want a dog? No.
Bobby Kelly once told me I sounded like gay Joan Rivers.
I mean, you have a heavy accent.
Yeah,
I can't bring you to a lot of. I wouldn't be able to bring you. There's a lot of places you can't go. You just can't go.
Are you embarrassed if I come to your wedding the way I talk around your family?
I mean, you're gonna come in with that fucking haircut.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's gonna be weird.
I'm gonna come in a suit with Bread 11 Jordans.
Yeah, you're gonna look like the show. You're gonna look like you're the guy who takes car keys.
Yeah, and look like a valet guy.
Yeah.
Yo, cuz, you gonna have a cake made out of pizza?
No, it's just gonna be a regular cake. Yeah. But anyway, listen, dogs. There's a lot of dog lovers in the world, and you have an instinct. I think it's like a natural instinct to like dogs because we evolved together. Mm-hmm. Like we helped each other. For most of our species history, we were not the apex predator of the planet.
Okay.
We used to get eaten by lions and all other. In fact, lions. Yes.
Get eaten by lions.
Most of our history. It's only for a little while that we've been on the top.
Okay.
Before we would get eaten by lions and all other types of hyenas probably too. Hyenas still eat people all the time.
Really?
Yeah. In Africa they do, and so do lions. Yeah. Still happens, but back then it was a common occurrence.
Lions just got a poacher the other day. I saw that article.
They fought back.
You felt bad for the poacher?
No, I know. I said they fought back.
They fought back.
Yeah, fuck those people who do that. It's mostly Chinese who love the rhino horns and fucking. They eat weird shit, man. It's like they like shark fin soup, and they're just making all these species extinct.
And they think the rhino horn cures diseases. And
yeah,
shit,
they got some weird thing.
You never know it could.
Nah, it doesn't.
No.
And it's brutal. It's just brutal. And I hate that. I'm an animal lover, and I like the balance of nature. You need the balance of nature to sustain, you know?
What about rats, though? You don't think rats gotta go?
Rats gotta go.
Rats gotta go.
Rats are disgusting, carry disease.
Yeah.
Rats, cockroaches, gotta go.
Yeah.
That's what should unite humanity. 3, I'm sorry, I forgot the holy trinity of evil. Rats, cockroaches, fucking mosquitoes.
Yeah.
Mosquitoes are the biggest killer of humans on this planet. How wild is that?
My question with mosquitoes has always been to a doctor has been like, okay, if a mosquito goes down, it's flying down and it tags somebody up with AIDS, and then it's carrying its AIDS blood, and then it tags me 5 seconds later. Do I have AIDS? Could I get AIDS from a mosquito?
Absolutely. Is
that a possibility?
100%. 100%.
How come you don't hear about it more?
Well, you do hear about it a lot in Africa. It happens a lot in Africa.
What, are the mosquitoes different out there?
No, it's just there's a lot of AIDS out there and not as much health care and stuff like that.
AIDS is crazy out there.
It's crazy out there. And malaria. That's how they kill people. It spreads malaria and diseases, yeah.
Yeah.
That's why it kills more people than anything else by a lot.
Right.
I mean, you're talking about the millions it kills people.
Mosquitoes.
Yeah. So dogs helped us because they were basically our alarm system for when predators were coming. They protected us from lions and stuff like that and enabled us to have that comfort where we could sit and develop that frontal lobe, because otherwise we were just always nervous and, trying to hide from these fucking lions. So we teamed up with dogs, and it was just a perfect combination. They're a magical animal. There's no animal that is so malleable, that has whatever that malleable gene is that they have, where within 2 or 3 generations, you can tailor them. You can actually tailor them to do a specific job.
Okay, but if me, you, and a golden retriever were trapped on a mountain, who would you kill first to eat? Would you kill me or the golden retriever?
Cuz you're a lot of meat, cuz.
Yeah, right.
I mean, I could live off you for a while.
Yeah.
I mean, a while. Just
That's
that
true.
head?
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, my ass and hips could feed a whole village.
I mean, you got 38 waist. That's a lot of meat.
Yeah, I mean, when they were fitting me for my Comedy Central special, I mean, they were like, "There's no way you're a 38." Yeah. And I was like, I am. And then they were like, we got you a couple of 36s. And I put it on. I was fucking ripping them. I couldn't even get my thighs through them.
You should have told them to just get you maternity jeans.
But yeah, that's why I shop at. I shop at that store, Motherhood.
Yeah, you're a meaty kid.
Yeah, right. Yeah, I gotta lose weight, right?
Yeah, but you're always gonna be wide in that way. That's just your bone structure.
No matter what, right?
Yeah, but it is you could have German just because. Now look, you keep telling people you're German, all right, whatever, but you're not German.
Mein Führer.
You are not German at all.
All right.
And it was funny because you showed me, and I think we talked about this last episode too, but you showed it to me, and then we looked at it, and it's almost like you didn't acknowledge it, and then you just kept going with the German thing. But your DNA all of it comes from Ireland, and most of it comes from Sicily. So you're dirty Italian mostly.
Yeah.
Dirty, mostly you're Italian.
And you think,
but there's a few of your ancestors that could have been Vikings, cuz.
But I think you and I are similar in the sense that I saw the results at saying I'm Italian, but I don't want to be that, so I'm saying I'm something else. And you, even though you're Greek, you want to get off the island. That's why you like Scandinavian puss bad.
Probably. Get off
you
the
have
island.
a theory that, if you're blonde from Scandinavian countries, your vagina doesn't smell. And it's got no fumes.
I think the blonder they had less fumes.
They had less
I don't
fumes.
know what did it.
They eat a lot of cabbage, maybe?
I don't know. How come there's no theories on that? How come science hasn't figured that fumes out?
Well, here's what I think about fumes, which is a word that Yannis created about, if a girl's vagina smells or not. It's like high or low levels of fumes. It's like, it's like a carbon monoxide alone.
Yeah, and now we look at girls and Chris goes, fumes or no?
Yeah.
And we try to guess.
Yeah, we walk by.
Because we're scholars. That's the thing. We're gentlemen. Yeah.
Yeah.
We're trash.
If you ever walk by Yannis and I and you hear fumes, we're talking about somebody's vagina. We're
That's
not talking about the smells of some car that went by. We're talking about vagina scents.
Right.
But yeah, I think the thing is with fumes is I think you smell it. I think there have been girls that I've had sex with that have had fumes, that I've smelt a certain fume. It's like a pheromone that I've smelt a fume, but that their husband right now does not smell fumes.
That's what I think.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So like whomever like you marry or fall in love with, is your fumes are not, your scent is not picking up their fumes.
So you think it's...
That's what I think.
Do you think it's like nature's way of telling you who you should reproduce with?
Exactly.
Because if you don't get any fumes, nature's telling you this baby's gonna be born with a healthy immune system.
That's what I'm
trying to tell you. And this is the person you should reproduce with.
Yeah.
And the fumes are basically saying back off. Your kid's gonna have mental retardation.
Yeah, I think if you smell fumes on a girl and you have sex with that girl, then it's guaranteed your kid's gonna have fucking issues.
But
yeah,
there is natural fumes too. I know balls stink. I mean, we joke about being gay. But I don't know what other people's balls smell like.
You never smelled your own balls?
No, but I like to smell my own balls because it's yours. You know, it's like that's the way nature's set up.
Sure.
I like to smell my own shits.
Yeah.
Otherwise, we wouldn't be able to sit in there for so long.
Yeah.
You know. So it's like I don't know what somebody else's balls smell like.
Right.
They can't smell good. And the research I've done, again, I'm no scientist, but I've asked a few girls. Not enough to be a case study.
Right.
But my results, balls smell bad.
Bad.
Not in a good way, bad.
But the thing is with women, because we're animals to them, and we're the patriarch of the society, and we're the ones that are supposed to be like the ones that can feed them and guard the children, guard them from attacks. They like a scent. If you smell too clean, I think a woman's like, this guy's a little gay for me. He's a little feminine. But if you got a hot stinky
so they like
sack,
it more. Yeah.
I think they like that. But we're the opposite.
Yeah.
Women can't smell. They got to shower. They got to shave. All that stuff. And that's why like the movements nowadays is saying, that the women are saying, no, we want to be equal. Like if I don't want to take a shower, I don't want to take a shower. If I want to be dirty, I want to be dirty. That's why like anytime I've had sex with like one of these hipster free girls, I always get chlamydia because they're not fucking washing their pussies out.
Yeah, dirty girls is not cool.
Yeah.
And hair, I hate hair.
You don't like a bush?
I
like
hate
a bush.
I like clean. I like completely
bald eagle.
You're
American.
Yeah,
yeah.
I like everything bald. Any hair anywhere in a woman is just any just hair is just. I'm not into
like
it.
See, I don't mind it. I like hair,
Yeah.
but I can't eat puss because I get strep throat. Every
I
time
know
I eat
you
puss,
do say that. Yeah.
Yeah, I can't. I got throat.
You got tonsils?
Yeah, but they want them out. Doctors want to take them out. But
why do you get strep throat from puss?
The doctor told me because my tonsils are so big, and he said even though he's like I got clean teeth. He said it's not anything I'm doing to my mouth. He said because my tonsils are so big, a lot more bacteria will stick on my tonsils, and anytime a foreign bacteria comes in, like somebody's foreign puss, it'll flare them up.
Yeah,
and that's what happens. But
I thought it was good bacteria in there, the puss. I think it's good bacteria.
Well, it depends. I mean, I'm sure there's probably been some girls who I've went down.
You just got. I think you got a weak immune system, cuz.
Yeah, well, but it's getting stronger now.
Yeah,
because you've been talking to me a lot about anxiety and helping me out a lot with that, and
that's what keeps your immune system low is
anxiety and stress.
Yeah,
but I've been trying to just say, you know what, whatever happens, happens.
Yeah,
because I got a kid, I got to fucking stay strong for baby D.
You do.
And when I watch these planetarium videos, I'm like, if our planet is a speck of dust in the solar system, then what am I? I'm nothing.
You really are nothing, yeah.
Anytime I sit here worrying about my own problems, my own narcissism, my own, egomaniacal behaviors that you and I have spoken about.
Yeah. Well, what I do whenever I start feeling depressed about something, I try to use my imagination to think of like the parents of a 13-year-old girl who's dying of cancer.
Yeah.
And then it gives you perspective.
Sure.
You're like, oh yeah, I don't have the problems and I feel better.
Yeah.
kind of sucks that you got to think of somebody who has it worse in order to feel better. But hey, I don't make the rules down here. It's the simulators.
Simulators make the rules.
But it always works.
Yeah.
It really snaps you out. Because, anxiety is a little narcissistic. Because it's self-obsessed.
Right.
It's self-obsessed. It's
Yeah.
like, we're not that important.
No.
We're not. But this country makes everyone feel like they want to be important, they should be important, but it's not what it is.
But I think the evolution of the human brain has got a lot to do with anxiety. I guarantee you there was way less anxiety in the Vikings time than there are now. Because when you were a Viking, first of all, you being 59 years old and me being 33, we would we would have been living. I mean, we would be living like our expectancy. You should have been dead 20 years ago, and I'm going to die any minute now.
Yeah, you want to know what's wild?
Yeah.
Talking about the Viking diet, which we touched on for a second, they the constant problem that the Vikings had was with these worms.
Yes.
Because of the meat that they ate.
Yes.
And they didn't fry, they boiled most of their meat.
Yeah.
They made stews. But I can't remember if it was, maybe it's the herring or the fish or whatever they eat raw or something, they would get worms. And just a part of Viking life, because their diet was these worms that would excrete out of all of their orifices.
Right.
Like worms would just climb out of all their holes, including their eyeballs, nostrils, everything.
That's
and that was
crazy.
just a part of life. That was just life back then. They just had worms crawling out of them.
Well,
constantly.
they would digest. There was because in some of the research we did, they found some Viking like death pits, and you found remains of worms and also a lot of seeds. They ate a lot of seeds. They're big strawberry eaters.
Yeah.
And what you told me about strawberries was fascinating.
It's crazy, right?
Tell the people what you know about strawberries.
That just blew my head. Yeah.
I had to sit down for a minute when you told me.
Well,
this.
everything, not just strawberries, but everything.
Strawberries is a gay fruit. Bad.
Strawberries is bad. Yeah. I mean, if you call someone a strawberry,
that's bad.
I mean, I don't understand how the word faggot can be worse than strawberry. You call someone a strawberry, that's like you're a fruit.
My dad calls people. He calls fruit cups, fruit cakes.
Yeah,
fruit cake is funny.
Yeah, fruit cake is good.
Yeah.
Strawberry, string beans, everything. Any vegetable, anything that's alive, trees, whatever, wants to make more of itself. Its whole goal is to propagate. And what's wild about the strawberries and fruits is that it tastes good as kind of a trick. It's to entice mammals, dumb fucking monkeys, and other animals to eat it. And because they don't take the seeds out, because they're not smart like we are, we take the seeds out to enjoy it. But the animal eats the fucking seeds, don't spit them out. And then they shits them out. The shit acts as fertilizer, makes more strawberry trees.
Yeah, but I was going to say...
That's its whole purpose. It sacrifices itself to make more. And I always wondered, why does a strawberry want to be a strawberry so bad? Why does it want to make more strawberries? What's good about being a strawberry? But it's fucking alive.
Yeah.
And its whole purpose is to sacrifice itself to make more strawberries.
And that's why its seeds are on the outside, and that's why the evolution of the strawberry didn't taste as sweet as it does now, because it evolved into be something that we want to eat, right?
Well, I don't know. I think it was always sweet, but maybe they've sweetened it up probably.
Real
But
sweet now.
yeah, they've manipulated it. They've taken the sweet ones and they've done manipulation to kind of make it sweeter, and they've even created seedless watermelons by genetically modifying those. Yeah, taking the ones with the less seeds and they keep breeding them and shit. But it's just wild that those things are alive to me and that they seek to make more of itself. And that seems to be the rule of all life, is just propagation. The point of life is just to reproduce. And I want to know why. What's so good about being a fucking strawberry? At least when you're a human, there's some good things. You get to watch Goodfellas. You get to have a snooze, eat some Pete's, have a good laugh, fuck good, like really
Fuck
fun good, not
whatever
just
you wanna fuck,
not just animal boring sex where you got to fight a dude and basically die to get the puss.
Yeah.
I mean, there's some girls who just will bang you.
Yeah.
You know?
Just give you a sweet
There's
bead.
things to live for here.
Absolutely.
But what the fuck does a strawberry want to live for? Just to get eaten? It doesn't make sense to me, cuz.
Shit out?
I mean, I'm no scientist, but it don't make no fucking sense, cuz.
I don't know. I can't tell you.
But it's the truth.
Yeah. And cuz, you know what I want to talk about? We've been talking about all weekend. Ancient biological warfare was fucking wild.
Oh, we're going to get into it. But before we do, we're going to take a break. This is where the free podcast ends. And if you want to hear the rest of it, you go over to our Patreon page. We love your support. You pay a little bit of money. You hear the full version. We're going to go for who knows how long. Could be another 3 hours.
And I got wild facts to tell you that's going to blow your fucking mind.
It's going to be fucking wild. So you go to patreon.com/Bay Ridge Boys.
Not only are they going to get the free podcast, we'll throw this in, they're going to get access to the new videos, the Bay Ridge Boys videos, for all the public.
That, if you hear off camera, if you hear off mic who's talking, that's our Fuhrer, Jim Serpico.
Yeah.
That's
I'm sorry I didn't hail when he started talking.
Yeah. So what did he say?
He said, not only are you going to get the full version of this episode and all the episodes if you become a patron of ours at Patreon.com/Bay Ridge Boys. Another plug. But you're also going to get all the behind-the-scenes videos to the next Bay Ridge Boys episode and all future Bay Ridge Boys episodes. And we're also going to be doing Patreon-only Bay Ridge Boy videos that you will only be able to get on Patreon. We're going to be hitting you with so much fucking wild.
Yeah.
They're not gonna know what to do. You're gonna become a hyena yourself, cuz.
Yeah.
They're not even, you're gonna be cackling in your sleep.
You're gonna walk into the Serengeti every day.
Every fucking day.
Like us.
So
hyenas are fucking disgusting.
They are gross.
One last plug. There's
Yeah.
a live event, February 27th.
Oh yeah,
That's
February
right.
22nd. February 27th. I'm sorry, February 27th. We're doing a live Bay Ridge Boys event at the Brooklyn Firefly in Bay Ridge. We're keeping everything local before we go international, before this becomes the biggest hit in the world. We're starting where we start. Bay Ridge, at our favorite pizza joint, Brooklyn Firefly, February 27th. Brooklyn boys come out. Brooklyn girls come out. We're going to have special guests. Me and Chrissy D are going to have sex on stage live.
Live. Like, it's going to happen. We're going to have all Brooklyn comics, Brooklyn legends. It's going to be freestyle. We're going to have everything.
Right.
Yeah. So they got sandwiches named there after us called the Chicken Cutlets.
Which is delicious.
It's a good sandwich.
The chicken cuzzy
Our
is
boy
delicious.
Mikey Caves is a local tattoo artist. He said anybody who comes in, and says Bay Ridge Boys will give him a free tattoo.
That's right. So thanks for listening thus far, and we hope that you continue listening. Go to our Patreon page and, click. Give us a little dough so you can hear the whole thing
Yeah.
and get all those benefits. We love you.